Market recap for Thursday, 23rd of October 2025. Alright, it's actually one of the most important market recaps, right? Because it's for me to set like expectations and like following what the market is actually doing rather than my only small problem. I'd say I got this tendency of just being blind, I don't know, short-sighted on like just one idea, right? And not trying to let it change or whatever, right? If I'm initially right. So this let's just show what the market has done today, right? This is low-key what I expected, and it was definitely in the back of my head. And I was like, if I work out in my head what's the most probable scenario, this is the most probable scenario. Why? Because Monday, let's explain this weekly profile very clearly, because it happens a decent amount of times and it's, I guess, kind of obvious, right? So Monday we open and shoot up. Tuesday we consolidate. Wednesday we make low of the week, taking these relative equal lows. Okay, filling this like gap. Thursday we expand. Friday we come back a bit and then we expand again. That's how this weekly profile works, right? And it's Wednesday low of the week. For example, let's see if I can find a Wednesday low of the week. I remember there was one in September, right? It doesn't happen every month. I mean, all the time. There we go. Wednesday low of the week. It's the same thing. It takes Monday low basically, right? Tuesday does nothing, and then Thursday expands. So let's just add one more. I use this shit. All right. So let's hop to the 1 minute here. Go to regular trading. Okay. Monday opens, shoot up, right? Da da da. Tuesday consolidates. Wednesday, London goes. I mean, that's not London. We shoot down. However, we had what do we have on Wednesday here? CPI, PPI, whatever. I think it was CPI maybe. I don't know. We had news. Let me actually check. So just to keep stuff fact accurate, right? FOMC. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, we had FOMC on Wednesday. That's why it did all the fuckeries, I guess, right? That it went up because this was meant to do. It just meant to keep going down to here, right? Take the lows, take the Monday low, whatever. Then, because this FOMC, it managed to expand on the same day up, right? So it did Thursday's job. And then you have Friday, which expands as well, goes all the way up. Well, it takes at least the highs, you know what I'm saying? So that's why the Friday wasn't as big, but it still goes up. However, this Friday now we have the CPI news, so it's the same logic. It's whatever, right? So let's get back to normal current price action. So I knew like yesterday when this price dropped, and you were like 80% this is Wednesday low of the week, right? However, in my head, right, from last week, I really did not like how they kept these lows. I really didn't, right? But every time I need to learn to be just content. If we had news, we could get them, but we don't have news, so we're not gonna get them, right? Especially that these lows actually took these lows, so this is fine, right? This is actually fine. So keeping these lows is whatever. However, we came back for these lows, so that will be the most like next trail, the obvious lows, right? And the market comes and takes that. My only problem is I couldn't find what PD array we stopped at here, and that's why I was like, I don't know. I don't, maybe because NFB we're gonna have like Thursday as well, make a lower low, and then Friday go up, but that doesn't make sense to me. However, short in London made sense, and that's what I did. So let me just explain the day. Right. So as you can see coming into the day, I kind of have a conflicting bias, right? I'm not. I expect the longs, like it should be longs, but I can see the shorts, right? And we kind of at this point closer to previous daily lows with the market structure that we're making. So let me explain, right? However, um, buying there was only one way for me to find out if today is longs, and I'll just have to wait for price to do something. So I said, you know what? Let me take the price down there first and then see what happens. Okay. So now let's put the lipstick on the chart, right? Bunch of garbage. So as you can see, from last Friday, I had these sell sides marked out. Our most important ones are the ones that are colored, right? And these like actually matter. The other ones are just like TPs, let's just say. So once we go down from like this range, if we're looking at our 20-day range or whatever, and this to this, we here at discount. But if we're looking at our own range now, here to here, we actually go to discount somewhere here. So PD arrays, I mean, for me, my model is discount liquidity PD array, right? I could not find the PD array. Till now, I can't find it, right? I made this low. And that does not matter, right? Because sometimes I would not be able to find what the low of the day was. And that's cool. That is fine. And I should have the expectancy that I could do it wrong. This one most important about that. I could have it wrong, right? So now that I should have the experience that I could have it wrong, which I did, but I know, right? We need to go lower in London. Why? What's the most probable thing in London? If we just take out this lipstick, we have 4-hour CB, right? We are in the daily chart are touching the midpoint, right, of our daily fair value gap, including the volume imbalance. Okay, and at the same time, we are touching the upper quadrant. So that's when we put the lipstick here, as you can see, there is the 0.5 of the fair value gap. Right, I'm trying to highlight it. It's not highlighted. We have the upper quadrant, and we have the midpoint of the daily 4-hour. Okay, that in itself is a high likely thing to push price down. On top of that, I said if we want to go higher, I want price to visit the CE of this wick, of our previous daily wick. So you see the logic, right? So I'm awake at London. I see what price is doing, and I see that we make highs, Asia highs next to it. I was like, this is a candidate for accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Okay. So I know that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it. Fuck it. Let me trade London. Let me see what London does. And the second price goes up somewhere here, right? Taking these highs, visits all these PD arrays. I turtle soup entry, right? It's turtle soup entry. Looking at this high and saying basically if it gets there, and I need to take off my position, right? I need to get rid of it. Now, let me show the entry just in case, right? Look at the high. All the way there, right? So, that's my entry. Turtle soup entry at the high, right? Now, I know what this is doing. Like, in the back of my head, listen, I know what this is doing. This is engineering relative equal highs with this high. I know that. And it's not going to come back for it until New York. But I'm trying to dumb it down, okay? So, now, let's get to what price does. So, just look at this perfect precise entry. Turtle soup, right? We come down, we invest this gap that is laying on top of the quadrants right now, right? Look, we go to the 4-hour midpoint, come back, this gap disrespected instantly, come back to it, visit our own like little gap here as well in these quadrants, and then boom, we leave. However, look at this, it's 317, it's not time yet. So we make an order block. I've noticed this order block at the quadrants, right? Both of them. So to me, this is high probability order block, right? And then we come down all the way here. See, my stop loss, because I entered, is still at what do you call it? It's still at what do you call it? Break even. Why? Because I know this market can be so fucked up and it could go all the way back up to this when? At time. What's time? 407. Isn't that the macro time? Boom. We go all the way up. And by the way, hit it to the tick. If you look at it right there, 1550, 1550. We don't, wait, do we hit it to the tick? No. Miss it by one tick. However, what do? We hit the OTE to the tick, right? To me, that aligned OTE to this order block, right? Whatever, makes so much sense to me. So I'm there, like I'm even allowing it for it to go 1 or 2 ticks above, but not even mean threshold. So stop loss is at this high, and you can see it goes up there and then goes down. Now, once this confirmation happened, what I really should have done in this fair value gap, this fair value gap should have been my pyramid. I was just scared to do it because, like, hey, I got such a good feel. I'm not trying to mess up my stop loss, or if I'm wrong, I don't want to be, you know, catching a loss that, you know what I'm saying? That's why but next time I should, right? And I will do that next time. See, because this is not my model. This is me trading the 20, essentially this is the 2022 model, right? So buy side liquidity, fair value gap, which is the big 4-hour, right? Boom, market structure shift. Then there's fair value gaps at discount, this green line discount, right? So you would allow for it to go to the fair value gaps, but you know, if you want to be extra with it, you'll have your OTEs, right? Boom. And also, where's the stop loss? You'll put it above the fair value gaps. It's as simple as that. This is classic London 2022 model, which happens a lot. And actually, I should really, really look into it, because then it'll tell you what happens for the rest of the day. Okay? So, when this happens, right, boom, and then now we're back in this inversion fair value gap on the 5-minute, right? And look at price in the 5-minute. Yes, it goes up on wicks and whatever, but we're not closing above it, basically. That's what I'm saying. So we're respecting it. So this is what I expect from price to do. And this was permissible. It's a wick to hit the OTE, confirming this. And then we leave the gap, come back, touch it, go, right? And as you can see, we move through the quadrant here and then come back. We are chilling around this fair value gap that is in the wick, right? So if I draw this fair value gap out from this high to this low, look at the respect of it, and then we leave down again, another quadrant here, this fair value gap, right? We slightly close above just to like get into this one, but hey, you allow for both of them, and drops down, taking Asia sell side. Okay, for me, for model 2022, that's it. That's the objective for model 2022. This low. It's always this low, or if it's a big wick, it's to change its state. That's the objective for it. I know that, and I don't be greedy, which is really good, and I actually just take profit there. And I was like, if it wants to do my bias and continue lower, then I'll just wait for discount. We could take these highs and like stop here and then dump, right? At the same time, ES makes a higher high. Look, a higher high, right? So SMT at the lows, a higher high. However, one little thing, right? Because remember, my model for continuation all longs is as simple as that. Discount. Yeah, let me draw it. Damn, this is straight sauce. Discount. You see this green line? Then liquidity, right? A liquidity has to be an actual liquidity, like session liquidity type of thing. What's this? Asia low. Then PDOA. See, I wanted to buy it, but my PDOA, when I put it, it was this. What's this? This is our daily wick, right? This is our daily wick. Do you see the problem in that? If we're really bullish, we should not be reaching the CE, okay? But to my head, that was our next PDOA. But no. I had the wick, I just forgot to mark the bottom, right? And this bottom is literally the order block. This is the change in state delivery, right? This low, if this low went 2 ticks low or whatever and went to this rejection block, then I would have been bullish all day, right? I just didn't like that I didn't go down there, and that's me demanding extra precision, right? So I should allow it. I can't see a PD array that it went to here, right? However, that's not my job to find out if it's really like that accurate, right? So for me, missing that is literally my model to buy. That right there is my model to buy. Okay, cool. I missed it, right? And I kind of fell for the trap of it making these like lows seem like relative equal lows. So I genuinely thought there'd be a short market maker sell model. So I sold one MNQ here and got stopped out, and that's fine. We left it at that and then locked out the account. Okay, but I'm kind of pissed that I didn't take the buy when I kind of really expected today to be Wednesday low of the week. You know, we have to come down, and I thought we'd at least flirt with this and then I'd consider longs, but I just missed it, and that's fine. That is fine. Me catching this high with that precision, turtle soup in it, is good. Is good. It's good enough for now, right? And then we're gonna me trying to catch the high, then the low, and then ping ponging. Hey, I'll be able to do that, but I should not be aiming to do that. I should be aiming for one trade and just risk heavier, right? I should have just risked heavier here, right? And then allowed myself to be wrong because it was confirming to me. To the tick. Now when we hit this low to the tick, right? I didn't have it. I even had it before, but I was like, oh, there's too many lines. And I don't know, I didn't do it. Whatever, right? So that's why I keep the lines. Even though it looks ugly, that's why you keep the goddamn lines, bro. Because sometimes I actually forget. Anyway, this is my model, discount liquidity PD array, and we hit it. And what does it say? 5 minutes. We wait for the first inversion of the 5 minute, right? This is like the second entry of it. This is if I'm confident as fuck. I enter here, stop loss at this low. This low should not be taken at all. It can come back all the way down. It can come close. It can flirt with it. It can hit the rejection block of it or whatever, right? It can do whatever it wants. And I don't care. Like, stop loss will always be at that low and it would not move until we really displace above this 5 minute gap, right? To me, this is the gap. Yes, we close above it, but if we look at that, once we close above it, this should be like actually like respected, right? However, we make relative equal highs, and we're at time that manipulation can happen. So to me, that don't really count. Yeah, when I want to say close above it, like this closes and then we're going to the highs, right? Like we're actually expanding. After we take these highs, there's no reason for us to come that low again. And then I'd go like break even, like most likely I'd enter here, right? So now that it goes down and then comes back again and doesn't take it, what's that? That's more confirmation. That's not relative equal lows, Mo. That's confirmation, okay? And then boom. The second entry for this model, if you missed it, is this inversion fair value gap. Once we leave it, does this count as leaving it? Does this inversion fair value gap lay on top of a quadrant? Yes, yes. So, what's today's price action? If I stop being short-sighted, I can see, and I already noted, the relative equal highs we made at London. So, what's the liquidity? This. And then if I understand that we did accumulation, London manipulation, which I was saying to my head, yo, London is manipulation today. London is manipulation. I don't see it London go down and then this goes out. Like I'm telling myself, that's why I got out here. That's why I was like, because I was like contemplating of just holding it to previous daily low, but I was like, yo, just get out, and if it offers you another short opportunity, then take it, right? So I know myself that I'm marrying the idea, so that's good. However, I'm not impressed that I didn't not I missed my model, right? Like my main model, I missed it, and so it happens, but it's good. It's really good. I'm advancing a lot. Okay, here I'm like, okay, accumulation, London's manipulation, London's manipulation, London's manipulation, New York's gonna be distribution. I know that. I know that. And if I know that, that means I could take something off at these highs and then I could let it ride all the way till relative equal highs, right? Like the ones that for I'm expecting, and just see what price offers. And I didn't do that. I did not do that. I tried to short here and lock that account. Then another account tried to short here and it went in my favor. And then it came back. And then I was like, you know what? I know what this is. I've been in this situation so many times before. I'm trying to short something that I know is obviously long. So I need to just stop and just don't even bother even trying to long it, right? Because even if I long it, then I'm going to mess up again. Like, so just leave it, and just leave. Okay? So that's what I do. I leave, I lock out the accounts. I already made the profit, decent profit for the day. I just didn't risk enough, but hey, it was a turtle soup entry. I will never enter a turtle soup entry with full risk. That's just stupid. However, I should add when it gives you the opportunity to add. Perfect. See, that's why I say this is actually important. Recap, because it's like this is where growth happens, right? So now I know to not stick to my idea. I'll take my model anytime I see my model, right? It does not matter. Now I know it's every time I see my model, I should take it, regardless of if it's gonna be the low of the day or not. Why? Because the model will always offer me 750. It will always offer me 750, right? If you need to get the low, always, regardless if it's a retracement or actual low. And 750 here would be 1.5. Do you see? Do you see? The risk here might be extreme, but more time I'll enter on the 15-second stop loss at the low, regardless, no movement. I get stopped at boohoo, right? That's like 130, whatever. Again, same entry at the, what do you call it? Inversion fair value gap. And for this, that I would just have to gauge what price shouldn't go to, and that probably be this low for this gap, right? I'd allow it to go. I get stopped again. What? Another like 170. Then I'm wrong again. Boohoo. Wrap it up, right? Or I could have to first TP and whatever the second TP is, like somewhere like this high. You see what I'm saying? So model there, always take it. Stop being short sighted on what you want. I want lower, so it could go higher with whatever. Nah, calm down. Right? It's not that deep. However, I'm impressed that I could take this low, and I would actually probably add these, or this is gonna be a very, what do you call it, influential way to see price, right? Because I do notice when London makes the 2022 model, I do notice it, right? And knowing that I could take it, that's one. And second, it tells me what New York is gonna do. It tells me what New York is gonna do. Cause when Asia makes a low, 2022 at London, like hot London, look, 3, it's almost always accumulation, right? Manipulation and distribution. And normally there will be an SMT, right? An SMT right there. It's easy. It's easy, okay? Next time, see, this is all experiences for that next time. First time this profile happened, I got cooked. This time I knew like Wednesday was a short, Thursday's most likely up, and Friday's most likely up, right? The third time this profile comes, bro, I'm walking all over it. I'm walking all over it, right? It's gonna be so easy, right? So I'm just impressed at my progress, right? And I'm tackling every week differently, and it's better and better and better with experience, right? I'm getting that experience and it's showing. However, one little mistake for the day is this, which means I'll never make it again. And once I see this, right, 9:30 regular trading hours, we're actually open at a discount. We open at a discount. If you're gonna go lower, most of the time we open at a premium. That's the key, right? So discount, fair value gap in the quadrant, inversion, and then kaboom, go up. It does not get easier than this. It really don't. And then next time, see, I think me eventually, like, I get this same setup, right? Then I'll risk, right? My problem is I don't risk. I'm catching huge moves, right? But I'm not risking. Why? Because I'm not at this stage where I wait and wait yet. I don't wait that much yet, right? Like this, I noticed some days I'm a wait, and some days I'll fuck around. Yesterday, London, I waited and waited and waited. I only entered when it's perfect timing. See, now this gives me the assurance in my head. Next time I get that perfect timing, perfect entry, and the market is doing exactly what I want to do, I can pyramid entry. Only then I could pyramid entry. Again, here, once it did this, I could enter and I could be like, whatever, right? Like, if it gets me, it gets me. Same type of entry, 3 MNQs, some shit like that. And then once it confirms with this inverse and goes, as another entry, right? So now I'm building up my model to have pyramid entries. My first entry is always good if I wait. See, that's the thing. If I wait, my first entry, it will always be the bottom or the top of the market. I'm a bottom top ticker. That's the only way that I want to trade or would like to trade. I don't care about entering the move late. However, I need to pyramid, because when I get the trade right, I need to make sure it goes right, and then allow myself to take a loss. The thing is, I don't want to take a loss, right? And I've been on this crazy streak where I had my first losing day in a while, or like, when did I have that? On Tuesday when it consolidated. That's when I knew this market can do, and it happens. But like it's like low-key I'm scared of losing in a day, right? It's weird. It's weird. I need to stop that. And I feel like once I get comfortable enough, and it's just gonna be part of experience. Once I get that enough experience, then I would not care about losing, because then I'll know I'll wait it, right? If I took this long and I got stopped out, I should not care. It's my model. It's literally my model. I do not care, and I never see it fail, right? It will always offer me the 750. Look at this, right? I enter, let's just say it's half of that. It's always 5 MNQs. That's almost the 750, right? And if I felt like it was bookie and wanted to take it off, I would have probably taken something off, right? And I could always do partials. Why? Why was this bookie? Look at ES. Right? Like, let's say I took it and it was thingy. Look at ES. Doesn't ES take them relative equal highs? Does it not take the relative equal highs? Is my question. Yes, it does. And see, if I took it and then realized, hey, this is bookie, let me take it off somewhere here, right? I'm gonna allow for this inversion, for example, and then it comes all the way down. Boom. Now I can have my second entry again with all the profit of this, profit of that, and then now I can, this is just the fuck you trade, right? So guys, I mean, in 1 month, whatever, what's it, this is October, right? Watch me in November. I'm a different beast, right? November, December, I'm gonna be like genuinely a different beast, right? And then next year, like, the printer will start printing. That's all I'm gonna say. Next year the printer will start printing, because I feel like within 2 months of extra experience, right? Like, look at what already I'm doing. I'm catching London High, turtle soup, and catching London High. Few months ago, I'd never think I'd be able to even catch a turtle soup. I'd be shitting my, like, I would not have that confidence, bro. Like, the market is at the highest it is, and I'm shorting. That is very, 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 very hard to do. And on top of that, my stop loss placement, the management. Look, when price goes down that much, I would always like bang my stop loss, like, oh, breaker, put the stop loss above this high or something, right? I'm always trying to like put the stop loss at like thingy, but not give the trader breathing room. And if I did that, I would have got stopped out, and then I'll be like, oh crap, and then I might try buy this invert, like, you know what I'm saying? You see, like, this starts to tilt, this starts to like the whole whatever, right? Oh, but like, me being this confident, I know that I know that I know, right? I have this stop loss. It should never go there. They can go here. I had the OTE like literally drawn out before. Like, I know it's very possible that it could go there if it wants to be like annoying. And guess what? It goes right there to the tick and goes down. See, that's when you know, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I know, okay, this is back of my head. I know it. This is my only thing that I told you stopping. When I know I'm right, but I'm in a trade that's opposite of it. Like, I know this is very, very likely, based on everything that I know, is the manipulation. Like, and I should get out. And I did. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give myself praise for the day. I did. Do you know how many times before I caught something similar to this and let it come all back on me? You know how many times I did that? Oh my god, my head would be spinning, right? The amount of times that I've done that shit. But today, for the first time, I caught a move and was low-key wanting lower prices regardless. And I said, do you know what? I'm content with the most probable exit. And I got out. Do you know what kind of progress that is, bro? Like, it's insane. It's actually, this is one of my main problems. And I got it. And now I was always like, bro, I can never get the two sides right. Like, I can't just sell and then buy. I can never do that. And yes, because this like thing of like, oh, I'm so focused, I'll make stuff up, right? Like, I made this in my head as a market maker sell model. Why? Because of this liquidity, initial whatever, right? Wanted this go up to go down. No. How about you just say, you know what? Let's follow the real time, big time frame bias and just flip it. Doesn't matter because I don't have to marry the idea because I made money shorting that it will have today will just have to be shorts. No, that don't make sense because look at all these people that made money. See, I need to remember when I ever make money, it'll come back for me. I need to remember that. And if I made money out of London, what does that mean? They're gonna come back for me, right? New York, manipulation, distribution. Simple as that. So next time this day happens, let's say I'm not awake at London, but I see this. Boy, you trust me, I will catch that distribution leg and leave it for the rest of the day, especially after this weekly profile. So, I feel like I said enough, right? And normally these long rambling videos, right? I know it's what we're at 36 minutes. Like my big progresses, right? So since the last time that I made this. I remember I yapped for like 50 minutes or something like that. And I was just speaking my shit. Is the day that after that I just started passing my accounts and like just one after another and just basically not having losing days really since that day. And now this to me feels like kind of a similar moment where okay, I understand that I need to put more risk. I understand that I need to put more trust. I understand that I need to like not marry one single idea and just do what the market is telling me it's doing, right? You know, because if it expanded through this here and the CE, then I would know yes, we're gonna do the shorts continue for the whole day. But it didn't, it stops at a dime. And then guess what? It goes all the way up and stops up there at a dime, and that's a short. That right there, that's a short. Goes up there, come here, fair value gap, entry, because you know it'll offer this rejection. And what you could aim for, this breaker block, right? This breaker block, and this is the Reaper. This in ICT classification, this gap under the breaker is the Reaper, if I remember correctly, right? And I think this is why it be Reaper, because it was used to keep price lower, and now it's used to keep price higher, right? So if for whatever reason the breaker doesn't like ICT says, where is it? I'm looking at the 5 minute. If a breaker has a fair value gap in it like this, and you'll notice even on the 15 minute, this is what you actually use. I remember this teaching. I was like, oh, that's interesting, right? So that's why we go down there rather than just hitting the top of the breaker. So, and on top of that, if you just don't want to do all that extra shit, there is this just gap, right? Once we go above the upper quadrant, right here, between these really, we're gonna make a run on short-term liquidity. So we make this low, we also make this low, and then we go and take them both and then continue higher. That's exactly how the market behaves above in premium really. So like here we're at discount, here we're starting to enter premium, and you can see that we're expanding through to the next quadrant and expanding through and then went to the top. That could be your short and this could be your buy. There's so many possibilities. Listen, I'm getting too good at this, right? This is like, bro, give me a few more months, bro, and I'm just gonna be like genuinely running it up and down, left and right. This is insane, right? It's insane that it's this rigged, right? And what's insane to me is that I can find it and execute on it. You know what I'm saying? Execute on it. This is not the same like catching the top, right? I caught this is one trade, and look at the trade the day before on a market that I do not trade. Same thing. I'm catching the top, right? It's not like it's luck at this point. It ain't luck. This is not luck, bro. This is all the hard work that I've been putting into this shit, right? Paying off. And I'ma just, as you can see, like the figures, right? You can clearly see I'm not risking a lot because like I don't know what I'm scared of, but it's fine. I know with time you're gonna, because if I can catch this amount of handles, hey, consistently, by the way, where's my measuring tool? This amount of handles, if I can catch it consistently, let's get to the low. Let's not be too thingy. 170. What's 170? With one stupid thing, right? That would be like around 3.5, bro. My stop loss really and truly would be here. I'm risking 200 for 3.5, buddy. And also on top of that, I'm gonna get comfortable to add here, right? Guess where the stop loss goes? Guess where it goes? At the OTE high. Now I'm risking 530. Wait, no, this is just gap because I'd enter at the gap and then it put my average somewhere here. So I'm risking 170 to make 6k, bro. You know how insane that is, bro? Do you know how insane that is? Let's say I don't do that. I'm catching the bro. Get this bug out of my face. Yes. Anyway, it's insane. It's insane what I can do right now. Just if I put more faith in myself, I can catch these big figures. However, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this gradually, right? Very gradual. Once I feel like I'm okay with risking 300 or 600 per day in like losses, once I'm at that level, then and only then you're gonna see them big figures, and that's fine. I don't need to chase whatever. What I need to chase right now is being this accurate, and this is what I'm chasing right now, and clearly I am very, very, very accurate. Okay, or getting there. I'm like really getting there. So once that happens, then the money can come. Not me chasing the money, right? Me chasing the money ain't gonna help me. Me chasing being very skillful at this is the money then is gonna follow, right? So yeah, I feel like this is enough yapping for this recap. I'm genuinely impressed at myself, even though like I was kind of pissed off that I was pissed off, but then now speaking out loud and just seeing what I've been doing and what I've done, I should be more than impressed. Bro, a few months ago, every fucking trade I took was a losing trade, right? I came back to the markets for after a year or two when I was doing okay, right? On a bearish market, and that's why you notice my shorts are very accurate, right? Because I still got it from the shorting days. Now I had to make this model for like the longs, and trust me, it's very accurate as well. So now I'm good at both. You know, you can't the market can't like cook me. And I got a model for all-time highs. I got now I'm making models for everything. Like whatever condition, I'm there, bro. You want me to catch the highs? I'm there. You want me to catch the lows? I'm there. You want me to catch continuation for all-time highs? I'm there, right? And that's why I should not even beat myself up, bro. I came back to trading after I finished uni, and I was like, yeah, this is easy. Like, let's go past the accounts. Bro, for 2 months straight, I did not pass a single account. Do you know how insane that is? After I was passing them, like a few years ago. You know how like that shit cooked me. But I could not take a single winning trade for the life of me. I was trying to show all-time high the whole time. I was doing the most stupidest, outrageous shit. I'll take one win and then lose the whole account the next day. It was insane. I was so bad, no patience, nothing. So for me to have patience for this trade, right? This trade, right? That's enough for me. That is enough for me. Let me repeat. That is enough for me. Being able to hit this, that's it. Like, let's say I hit this once a week, right? Full risk for the week. Let's say, I don't know, the 300. Boom, 6K. Not even trying. Not even trying. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm gonna just wait for the next month that I'm talking about, right? Every month the progress is getting ridiculous. Alright, let me speak. Come back in June. Back to like learning the basics, like learning my shit, remembering. July I started. I've lost basically every trade. I probably blew 4 or 5 accounts. In August, I actually had a profitable month. Three weeks that are unprofitable and 1 profitable week. However, it was just slightly profitable. So let's call it break even. September, I actually have 3 now profitable weeks and one week that's not profitable. October, I can't even count the amount of losing days I had. There's barely any, right? And if there is losing days, they literally like break even. Maybe like 102 that actual loss. Okay? And on top of that, I passed 3 accounts this month alone. Individually, right? While trading my funded accounts, right? So like every account I'm trading individual without copy trading yet, right? Because I know myself. And I know if I do it individually, that means I'm gonna pass 5 accounts 5 times without copy trading. That's like 5 times telling me I can do this shit, right? And then on the fundeds, I'm doing it same until that confidence is fully built up where if I ever blow an account again, it's not that deep and it's not my old cycle of, oh, I'm trying to rush into a trade. No. It's me being unlucky. And why would I even blow it? Because then and only then I'm going to size up and feel comfortable to size up. Because let's say I get this trade wrong, boo-hoo. Most of the time, I've probably lost around 500-600. That's if I'm risking big, right, for the day. And I should wrap it up, okay? Let's say I do that for 4 days. I could have a bad week, right? I doubt it. But I could have a bad week where I lose my shit and lose the account. Hey, shit happens. Whatever, right? Like, literally shit happens. It's as simple as that. Shit happens. And if that happens, I know it's fine. And I'll know what risk and what leverage and whatever, how to trade the 5 trade copy accounts, right? Like initially, I'll start with 5, right? When I trade copy them with Top Step. So then when I'm trading them, I'll make sure that I'll never blow them, right? Because I'm seeing too many people on YouTube that'll be like, oh, I made this whatever payout, but then a week later it gets to them and then they lose all their accounts. Hey, I'm never trying to be at that position ever. I'm trying to learn for people's mistake, and that's why I'm doing it this way, because I know if I lose accounts, like 5 accounts or some bullshit like that, copy trading, I'm gonna spiral out, I'm gonna lose my head, whatever, right? So how about just keeping it simple as that, you know? Just keeping it simple. How about that? And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just keep it simple, you know? Keep it simple. And then once I build up, then the confidence builds up. Like I have this game has to be the same. My confidence has to be at the same level that I'm trading. right? I can't enter a trade with like one mini and be scared, right? Oh, what if it hits my stop loss? But what if it should be like right now where I'm very comfortable entering with 3 MNQs, for example, right? Up to 5. And I wouldn't care about the stop loss. But I've noticed anything over that, like low key, my stomach starts turning. When it starts approaching the stop loss, and that should not be happening, right? That means I'm not comfortable to be losing that much yet. But once my confidence with my trades are higher, then the risk could be higher. And then once I make more profits, then losing that little bit doesn't mean shit to me. You see what I'm saying? I can constantly catch 1 to 10 odds, right? If for example, we put this trade for today, right? Or like any of the two trades. Like let's say long position, I always catch near the lows, right? Like you see the pictures for the short, right? So like it's not me trying to be whatever with it, right? And stop loss here, right? Just slide into the low. And then my first TP, of course, is going to be London highs with that. And what does that say? 16, right? And I know if we're going to go there, we're not going to come back down. So what does that mean? I can just extend it to whatever, like near close. What does that look? 31. Here, this would be around 16 as well, right? Because if we're doing it from like near the high, right? 15, 16, right? I can always catch 1 to 10. I'm telling you, to me, the 1 to 10 is very simple. That means I have 10 times to get it wrong. But that doesn't mean I can risk that much. So I need to get my account where I can get it wrong 10 times. 10 times to get the trade wrong, right? Before it could do a significant damage to my account. Once I build these accounts up, then that's my plan. I'm not even looking at taking payouts. Like I can take payouts right now. I don't care, right? I'm looking to build these accounts up where the drawdown is so significant that I'll never lose them. And this will be consistent way for me to take payouts after that once I need them, right? Once I need to take payouts, so then I'll just take it whenever I need to, but I'll just keep building these accounts up so significantly high. And then after that, milk another prop firm, and then at that time buy like instantly buy the maximum amount of funded accounts, and then just pass them all at the same time, trade copy them, milk them. I literally have 4 screens, bro. I would literally have one prop firm per screen, right? Full account size, and just bang 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 manage all these trades, manage everything. I'll move like an absolute maniac, right? I'm gonna milk these motherfuckers like there's no tomorrow. Like next year they better wait on me, bro, because like they gonna get hit. They're gonna get hit hard, bro. Anyway, good yapping session, right? I'm happy that I know my shit, and again, every time I do this yapping session, I feel like I elevate, I evolve, next level. Me is coming, and I'm noticing I'm doing it near end of the month. Every time near the end of the month, and every time I'm telling you, each month I'm progressing like crazy. Think about this. I need to reiterate this so much because like I don't get the days that I'm low key annoyed at myself, right? Because some days I'll be like, oh, I should have done that. Or maybe I should have taken this profit. Why did I miss this, bro? What's the date? What's the date? Right? 4 to 5 months ago, I could not take a single winning trade. Okay, 4 months ago, or 3 months ago, basically, I couldn't even have up 4 profitable weeks. I'll have just red weeks. Then I started having profitable weeks, but a lot of losing days. So I'm break evening. Then the month after it, I have profitable weeks, right? And then the month after it, I just have profitable days, barely losing days. What does that say for next month? And well, if I'm working at my right pace, is end of this month, what I'm looking to do is pass 2 more accounts. Okay? Pass 2 more accounts. And that's it. Then by November, I will have 5 funded accounts to trade. 5, okay? And what does that mean? If I stick to my low plan of, yo, how about you just get 750 twice a week, okay? And that's very low to me, as you can see, like 750 twice a week, that's nothing. But how about you get, which means I risk nothing. If I aim for 750 twice a week and just do that for 1 month, I know I'm not going to stick to that. I know I'm going to increase my leverage, but let me keep it there. That is 30K for that month and 15K in payouts. Once I do that, inshallah, November, right? If I cook like that and get their 15K payout or whatever, right? Bro, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm basically chilling, right? Anyway, this is the market key recap. This is the app. This is my journey. This is the progress, really. I mean, I'm making it public, but technically, I'm talking to myself. I don't expect anybody to watch this, and you know, I'm just putting my journey for myself to see like what I went through, right? Because what the videos that I'm making public, I'm not sure why I'm making public, but hey, I said if somebody was wondering and then actually just watch the video, there's actually there's a good amount of knowledge, there's a good amount of stuff in it. So if I'm uploading it on YouTube, I might as well just make it public. If somebody sees and if they benefit from it, hey, we'll take that. Anyway, it's nice that I'm seeing my progress. It's nice that I'm seeing that frustration to like fixing up and like basically like evolving each day. Like nobody could like come to me and be like, yo, you didn't work for this. And this is just like what Steam put out. Every trading day has been I've uploaded a market recap on, remember? Since like I started. Every day. Like, you can see the consistency, the progress, what it takes, right? And you don't see what's behind the scenes as well. It's insane amount. It's an insane amount, okay? I guess in closing, I need to tell myself that I'm genuinely proud of myself, right? Of what I'm doing, how I'm not trying to be normal, how much I'm sacrificing. Like, this genuinely, like, mentally is exhausting, right? To get to this point, right? I had to endure so much. I'm not gonna get to the amount of bullshit that happened in my life, but it's just for me to even stick with this and just keep going and keep going and keep going after losing and losing and losing and just being like like this shit genuinely killed me inside, right? And this comes from me like from the perspective of me being very good at whatever I do, right? I'm a person that, and Jenny, I technically would you'd say I'd have an ego. Why? Because like I think I'm the shit at everything, right? And for most time, it's true. I am the shit at most stuff, right? Because I had experience, or I'm just naturally good at it, right? You know what I'm saying? I just have that self confidence that even if I'm not good, I'll be the best. If I want to be the best at something, I'll be the best. Well, that tells you like that comes from a lot of things. Like for example, games, right? Like some games. Well, I'm top of the leaderboards. I'm in the top tens of popular games, bro. Like you like if I when I play it, like I'm that fucking competitive. Uni, whatever, right? Well, I have less than 1% attendance at my university, and I graduate with the highest mark possible to get first class. While some motherfuckers went uni every day and they ain't got even close, bro. They didn't even see me. They don't like nobody in my uni class knows me. That's how much I don't even go. Right? I just come for the exams. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? Right? drive, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much stuff, right? That's why, like, this ego is kind of built up throughout my life, because I'm genuinely the shit at everything, right? And when I came into trading, boy, oh boy, I got humbled, right? I'm seeing the people talking about, oh, this will take me a couple of years. I'm like, bro, this shit is easy, bro. This shit'll take me like, hey, if I'm being realistic, 3 months, 6 months, you know what I'm saying? And then, bro, I got my Lambo outside type shit, you know what I'm saying? Apparently not. Apparently not. Okay. So for the first time, I'd say like I genuinely got humbled. I I realized like, yo, there's different levels to this shit. And why this is hard, right? If people find all the other stuff that I mentioned before hard, then I'm telling you, trading is just not for them. It really is. And me, just like what I lied, that I did not accept the fact that I can lose. Listen, at one point, I hated trading. I did not like it. The only reason, I came back to it is because I failed at it. I sucked at it. Like, that's literally the only reason I don't care about trading. I literally came back because I sucked at it. Like, there's nothing in my life that I could just say, oh, I suck at it. Like, it's insane. Like, this just I'm just doing it at this point for the love of the game, right? If I suck at it something, I'm not happy or satisfied until I'm like the best, or in my eyes, the best at it. That is enough, right? That I don't need to go any extra. And till now, to my eyes, I'm still nowhere near as good as I want to be at trading, which makes me keep going and going and going and going and moving like this. Okay. So I guess this is why I'm doing it to this extent. Yo, trust me, if I wanted to be profitable, basic trading, just get the thing, I could have done this before, like, I didn't quit before like uni really got into the way, right? When I said I left trading for like a year or two, I can't, that's the thing, I don't even remember. I was taking payouts back then, by the way, right? And I was doing very easy brain dead models, right? I would like buy somewhere here, knowing that it's most likely gonna go up and it's not most likely gonna go down. So I'll just put like low risk and like have a big stop loss. To me, that's brain dead, right? That's not good enough. I don't know that I know that I know. You know what I'm saying? So when I came back, this was my objective. I need to know, right? I can see with my eyes ICT doing some stupid trades, very tight stop losses, right? That to me doesn't sit right with me. Like, if I can't get that good, then I'ma die trying, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm proud of my progress. I'm proud that I kept up with this shit. And finally, finally, honestly, finally, this is the only month, right? And I'm saying years, right? Because like technically I've only looked at trading. So I think first time I looked at trading was in like every time when I cut off uni. So September, I remember like summertime. I'll go like August to like September, October. So I spent 3 months at 1 year, right, learning and watching ICT, and I was actually having success in. I was just demo trading, right? So after 3 months is the first time I passed my account. It didn't take me that many tries, and then after that, I felt like, oh, I achieved something. Like, oh, I passed the account. That's it, done it. And then once I blew it, I was like, oh, whatever, bro. I'm not doing this shit again. Like for now, right? And then I just got busy with life. Comes back again the next summer. Okay, I do the shit again, right? But pre the summer, I do it again and I pass the accounts. And because I really don't care about trading, I'm just like looking at this, one MNQ here, surely it's gonna go there. And I made like at least 3 to 4 payouts in like 1 month, right? Just doing that. I think 3 payouts in a month. Like I had 100% winning days. I'm telling you, like this is like with me, let's say with 5 months of experience in trading. 100% winning days for almost 3 weeks straight, right? Then I know that there's garbage, then I blow that account, right? By just it was just sheer stupidity. Right? After that, I could not pass an account. Like I didn't try it then, but when the summer came again, I just jumped in, and the market has changed. I was trying to do exactly what I was doing before, but with more risk, more leverage, and then boom, I got cooked. And then I spent that whole summer from August all the way to October learning blah blah blah. And I'm not sure if I even was trading on funded back then because I don't even remember if I passed an account then, right? And maybe I did, but whatever. However, I learned a lot. I learned a lot that time, and then life got in the way again. So like, what's that? 3 months, 3 months, maybe 2 months of BS, like looking around. So that is 6 months of genuine learning, plus like I don't know, 2 months of fucking around. So 8 months now. Now I come back again, but this time is early because I finished in June and do this again, and now we're at October. But this time it's the time it clicked. So you could say it took 2 years, or you could say it took a genuine 1 year. Like I'd say like now I'm like 1 year into trading. I feel like it will really take you 1 to 2 years if you really dedicated, right? If you want to cut it off, whatever you have, whatever you do, it's gonna take you 1 to 2 years. Getting good at reading price action, whatever, that'll take you 6 months at most, right? It's getting the psychology, it's getting like experience, whatever. So that's why I say 1 to 2 years. And now I'm reaching that 1 year mark, or I think I've reached it basically in like last month. And then it's starting to work out basically. Um, so yeah, I guess that was the journey. It took 1 solid year of just everyday dedication, up and down, left and right. I'll say for most people, and that's not just being like arrogant or whatever, like, and I know I do way more than most people, right? So I feel like for the average person, it'll take 2 solid years of real work to get not profitable, but like really good, right? I'm talking about really good. It'll take 2, even 3 years, right? To get really, it depends on people. I know, like me, like I said, I'm fast with shit, right? I learn shit fast. I do stuff fast. So like, I'm keeping it as realistic. So even like, let's say, even if it took me 3 years of genuine, like just 3 years of me looking at this shit, isn't that worth it to never like need to like work again ever? And I can't lie, that coming that from me is a bit weird because you know I'm a hustler, but I never had an actual job. So, but I'm on about like needing to hustle, needing to like do some extra bullshit, right? To like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever income. This skill, all I need is a stupid laptop, internet connection, bang a trade at a certain time, and then guess what? Once the confidence builds up, I don't need to look at it. I just need to like live my life. And that's what I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to detach from the outcome. Just enter the trade, and whatever happens, happens, and just build that confidence. And I feel like this is going to take me a solid 2 months to get to, right? At least to like even be there. So now next month is keeping the consistency up and develop more patience. That's the target. December is scale, okay? Then I would like to take a little break from December to January, right? Just like whatever, because I know the markets will be garbage then anyway. And then when I come back in late Jan, now I want to add one more thing. So first is consistency for next month. The month after is scaling, like I'm actually entering good position sizes, right? So patience, scaling, and then after that, I want to just like more than scaling is like actual expanding the amount of accounts through like prop firms. So more scaling, I guess, more consistency. But the main part is living life. Okay. I wanna actually start like living life, get away from the charts, which means do the analysis, find the days that I want to trade, and when the days come, all I do is click that button and get away from the charts. I don't even need to look at it because yo, if I win, hey, if I lose, whatever, bro. I don't even need to check. I want to check literally at the end of the day. That's how much I don't want to care about it. But if I can get to that level, I can then work on what I really want to work on in life, right? Knowing that income will always be coming and I'm just chilling basically. So yeah, I feel like I need to actually wrap it up now because this is gone for an hour and something. But yeah, final remarks, yo. If you ever watch this in the future, and I hope you do, and I hope you do once I make it, I really hope that I come back and watch this. Like, just, and even the other videos where my like infill time, like I'm just basically a bug in this game, right? I'm learning, but I suck. Right now, I'm good, but I still suck, right? I want to come when I'm great and I actually don't suck, and then I'll watch where I was at. This video, like, and the only reason I'm making it this long, I'm yapping this long because I know in the future when I watch it, I'm gonna be grinning so much, smiling at what I did, what I sacrificed, what I had to do every single day without fail to get to this point, right? Every day. But I don't even remember the last time I seen sunlight. That's how bad it is, right? Okay, that's cap. I'm seeing sunlight here and there, but like I'm forced, like, but I'm not leaving the house. I'm not entertaining myself. I'm not like I've turned basically this into my life for the time being, right? And I feel like I have to because I'm playing the catch up game, right? Because I went to uni, whatever, forced, whatever, right? And sure, I got the degree, but I know I will never ever use it, and I will prove my point that I will never use it. It's garbage, it's useless. I'm not working for nobody. It's just not happening. And that's why I have to do this even faster. Right? I need to get to what I need to do get faster. Do you know how that fucks you up mentally? You're taking trades that you don't need to. You're like forcing no patience, whatever, right? Because I can't let like, oh, you have a degree, why not work? That's not happening. Anyway, future me, I hope you watch this. I hope you're proud of the journey as well as I'm proud now. And when the numbers don't really matter later on, when I'm like, oh, another 5K a day or whatever, then just remember to always be grateful, to always thank God, right? And remember where you started. Peace out.